We cross the country in the snap of our fingers from Los Angeles to Baltimore, where the 2019 NFL MVP continues to be absent from the offseason program. Oh, yes, Lamar, we are going to talk about you. I know you would like us to talk about something else, and we do, and we have, and we will. But for now, Lamar Jackson is the centerpiece of the discussion because a mandatory minicamp is looming for the Baltimore Ravens. John Harbaugh, coach of the team, addressing yesterday with reporters whether he expects Lamar to be there. Here it is.
I expect him to be here at mandatory minicamp. You know, he's I know he's working hard. You know, Lamar Jackson's a hard worker, so I'm not worried about how hard he's working. Fully expect him to come back in great shape. You know, that's what he talks about, and I'm sure he's throwing. I'm sure he's doing a good job, and when he gets back here, we'll be rolling with Lamar. You know, right now we roll with the guys we got, and when he gets here, he'll merge right in with everybody, and we'll go to work with Lamar.
If you listen to that carefully, the picture that John Harbaugh is very delicately painting with implicit messages. They don't know what the hell's going on with Lamar Jackson. They don't know if he's in shape. They don't know what he's doing. He says he is. We'll see. We'll find out. We'll find out like the rest of you do. We don't know what the hell is up with Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Isn't that amazing? That's amazing. And I know, hey, look, if somebody decides to carve off a clip of the show and put it on social media and it goes kind of semi-viral among NFL circles and it lands on Lamar's screen, he's going to get all pissed off. Look, Lamar, this is your fault. You have created this wedge that no one can understand between yourself and the team. You won't say why you're not there. You won't say why you won't take their money. You clearly won't take their money. This is unprecedented. This game is all about establishing yourself to the point where you get generational wealth. Then you've arrived, and everything after that is house money. Everything after that is gravy. And of all the quarterbacks in the NFL right now, with the exception maybe of Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson is the guy who should be taking the money that the team is trying to give him because of the way he plays the position. And yet, it's crickets, not just for us.
Yeah, for them, from all due accounts.
But it's obviously for them, too.
Right.
I don't know what advice he's getting. I don't know whether he's ignoring good advice or getting bad advice or no advice. And get mad at us all you want, Lamar. We have your best interest at heart. I don't know who the hell else does other than the members of the Ravens because they have their own best interests at heart, and their best interests are have Lamar Jackson with the team as long as possible. But the reason we talk about this, the reason this is a topic, the reason it's a story is because it is so unusual to the point of, Chris, literally unprecedented.
Yeah, unprecedented. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's crazy. It really is. And again, it's the guy that's the best player on their team, the leader of the team, who has great effect on their football team, is up there with anybody in the sport as far as like his ability to, rally the locker room. Guys love him. He's kind of like an urban legend. And hey, we got Lamar. We can win today. I mean, he has that effect, and it is. It's what I think is funny is kind of like what you're saying is. It doesn't sound like they have a definitive answer. Like they don't know. I think hey, he'll be here at mandatory minicamp. We talked to him. Yeah, he'll be here. Like they don't know. You're right. And then, the crazy thing is here too is I hear people on TV going, well, he shouldn't step on the field until they pay him like Mahomes. They're trying to pay him like Mahomes. So what do you do then? What's your answer to that, other people on TV? They're trying to pay him on like that, but he won't engage in the conversation. So then where do you place the blame after that now? It has to go back to Lamar again. The team is trying to appeal to him and the city and everybody to make it work. And he won't. That's where it's weird. And then I hear people on TV say, oh, he shouldn't show. They're trying to literally back up the truck and go, here's cash for the rest of your life. Boom. Like, here's a ton of it. And he won't take it. But then, therefore, they're being penalized by him not being there. That's where it's just weird. It doesn't make sense. And again, yeah, we're rooting for Lamar, and he has every right not to be there. I get that, but I don't necessarily think that's the best thing for him or the Ravens.
I see three explanations for what's going on. And Lamar, feel free to clarify at any point which of these three is the truth. One, he wants out of Baltimore. Now, he's already pushed back against that, but that doesn't mean it's the truth. People push back against things all the time because they want to keep the truth concealed. 1, he wants out of Baltimore. 2, he wants a non-negotiable offer, meaning he doesn't want to have to negotiate. We touched on this a few weeks ago. He wants them to give him Deshaun Watson money plus something, make him the highest paid player in the NFL without him having to go back and forth. I shouldn't have to engage you. You should just come to me with an offer that is obviously the biggest contract any player has ever gotten. And you can explain to me how it is, and if it all makes sense, I'll sign it. I don't want to negotiate with you. That's explanation 2. Number 3, he doesn't know what he wants, so he's just buying time. Those are the only 3 I can think of. Maybe there are others. Anybody out there that has another explanation for what Lamar Jackson is thinking, let me know at Pro Football Talk on Twitter or Florio at ProFootballTalk.com. But that's it. Either he wants out or he wants them to back up the truck and dump more money than they have ever dumped on anyone ever before in league history without him having to ask for more.
That makes no sense, right?
He's just buying time. It does make sense to me that, hey, I want to represent myself, but I don't want to negotiate because I really don't know how to negotiate. But I want to represent myself because I don't want to pay somebody to negotiate for me. I don't want to give somebody a percentage. So it should be good enough that I'm Lamar Jackson and you just offer me the best contract in NFL history. See, he's not engaging them because he doesn't want to engage them. He shouldn't have to engage them. That may be his mindset. They should just offer to make me out of the gates the highest paid player in league history, and until they do, I'm not talking. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's that simple. Maybe it is.
Maybe
it's one
it
of the
is.
3. He wants out. He wants an easy and quick and supreme contract, or he doesn't know what he wants.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you're right. I mean, and again, all right, so then like let's go down that road. Do you think that like he's worthy of being that guy, of going like, okay, just make me the highest paid quarterback in the history of football and we'll be done with it? Like, does he have the right to say that in your opinion? What are your thoughts there?
Well, again, it's not just where the cap is,
I know.
where the cap is going.
Yeah.
So every guy, and we're slipping back into that old model of whoever is up next becomes the highest paid quarterback. But if we're going to do tiers,
this guy's in that tier. Yeah.
This guy's in the tier where it should be, the hands working their way up the baseball bat. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
If he's in that highest tier, and he still is. So the question is, how long will he stay in that highest tier? What protections will be there for the Ravens in the event that the wheels come off of Lamar Jackson and he can't run like he did and he hasn't developed as a pocket passer and now he's not in the top tier? That's their risk if they give him a huge contract. But hey, who's one of the guys who complained publicly about the Deshaun Watson contract? Who's one of the owners? Who was one of the first owners to complain publicly about the Deshaun Watson
that was
230
Bisciotti was
guaranteed contract? It was Steve Bisciotti.
Yeah.
Right? Because you know what? If Lamar Jackson really is just sitting and waiting for the Ravens to give him the best contract ever, it starts with 5 years, $230 million, fully guaranteed. Because nothing they put on the table is going to be better than Deshaun Watson. And for all those other quarterbacks out there who play at a really high level and don't have 24 lawsuits pending against them, and who knows how many more to come, and all this other dysfunction and turmoil, of course they have every right to sit back and cross their arms and say, sorry, not good enough. The guy with 24 sexual misconduct lawsuits has got 230 over 5 fully guaranteed. If he can get that, we're not even starting the conversation until we get there for me. So, yeah, that's why Steve Bisciotti was the guy who complained, because the moment that happened, his life got a lot more expensive as it relates to what he's going to have to put into escrow on whatever contract they give to Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that would scare me. I don't think I could give Lamar Jackson, as much as I love him, and I've loved him since he came out, I could not give him 5 years, $230 million guaranteed.
Yeah, because there's no guarantee he's going to be able to play for 5 years.
Exactly. It's just too risky. And I know as a guy he's been Superman. I mean, he's the man. It still would scare me with the style of football he plays, let alone style of football, maybe going to wear down a little bit. I think you could legitimately say that he wasn't running 4.3 flat this year. It was maybe 4.35. Still really fast, but do I think he lost a hair of a step? Yes, I do. Okay. And then, yes, for a guy that is not overly big. It's not a thick human being. Again, I think if people saw like Patrick Mahomes in person, they'd go, damn, yeah, he's 6'3", but holy crap, he's got, some shoulders and legs and butt to him. Josh Allen, yeah, he plays a dangerous style of football, but Josh Allen's built like a huge middle linebacker. It's a different guy. And we know with Mahomes and Allen, there's no questions either about them in the pocket and making throws and decisions and doing all the right things. Like if their athletic ability goes away, we know they're still going to be top-notch in that department. I think those are things that with Lamar, it's good. It's better than people give him credit for and everything there in that direction. But he's not at their level in that department. And then I think when you weigh the risk factor and the wear-down factor, that would scare the absolute store high in transit for me of paying him $230 million guaranteed in 5 years.
And that's the key, because they would want to construct this so for the world it would be the biggest contract ever given to any NFL player, but there would be outs after 2 years, 3 years in the event I think that he is dipping. And the Deshaun Watson contract prevents that from happening. I think we have talked our way through the weeds here to kind of get to where we may be. They know that they're only going to get his attention if they show up with their bottom line. They're not going to be able to negotiate to their bottom line, and they don't want to show up with their bottom line because the bottom line is they don't want to give him $230 million or more fully guaranteed over 5 years because of how he plays the position.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.